So my name is Nigel Deacon. I live in Canada and I have ocular melanoma. I was diagnosed in 2010 with metastasis in 2012, and I've been involved in advocacy work in Canada, and I help CureOM as much as I can here in the States. The Vision Registry started really within CureOM, and Dr. Orloff from Philadelphia, realizing that there were some groups of patients, and decided, well, we've got to find out more about this, and the way to do that is to form a registry and get people to register, and then when we accumulate all of that information, maybe we'll get to some understanding as to how this happens to numbers of people. Joining the Vision Registry is really important for all ocular melanoma patients, but especially important for new patients, because in a way it's easier. There's way less information for them to record, and so it's going to be an easier job. But for everybody, I think it's a matter of being counted, moving towards more accurate statistics about the disease, how many people get it in the different areas of the world, and just accumulating a lot of information over time that will complement the information that doctors gather. The patient voice is of increasing importance, I think, in starting to really understand this disease.
And so the registry launched 2 years ago. Walk me through the evolution from registry to platform and then moving into the international space.
The registry and how it works keeps changing over time and becoming more complicated and more inclusive. So, for example, there are 2 recent editions. There is now a quality of life survey that wasn't there at the beginning. That's really very easy for people to fill out, and they should do this whenever there's any kind of change in their treatment. And also there is now a clinical trial finder, which is very, very slick and effective. So you just enter your information and your location, and it will come up with all of the clinical trials that might work for a patient in your situation, and it will give you the proximity of those clinical trials as well. I think what happens is if you survive, and I have survived for a long, long time, you get a lot of satisfaction over trying to help newly diagnosed patients as they start to, figure out how they're going to get their feet on the ground, what decisions they're going to make, where they're going to go for treatment, and who will help them. And so there is new information every year, and so the doctors gather here, the industry partners gather here, and I have just found it incredibly useful to find, how much new hope is emerging for ocular melanoma patients.